Okay, here in the Now You Try, we're finding the slope of a line given through these 2 points. So what we need to do is use our slope formula. Our slope formula is m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So we label our points x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2, and we substitute it in. Y sub 2, negative 7, minus y sub 1, negative 5, a minus and a negative give me a positive, over x sub 2, 4, minus x sub 1, 4. So on top, I get negative 2. On the bottom, 4 minus 4 is 0. When I have 0 on the bottom, my answer is undefined because we cannot have 0 on the bottom. Okay, my next question says, write an equation of a line in standard form with the points negative 9, 3 and negative 4, 6. Okay, so what we need to do is, anytime we have a point, we have to use point slope form. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Now to use this form, I need my slope though, and they don't give us our slope, so we have to find that. So I need to label my points, x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2, and we're going to plug it into my slope formula. My slope formula is y sub 2, 6, minus y sub 1, 3, over x sub 2, negative 4, minus x sub 1, a minus and a negative give me a positive. Okay, so here we get 6 minus 3 is 3, negative 4 plus 9 is 5. So my slope is 3/5. So now I can plug it into my point slope form. So I get y minus y sub 1, 3, equals m 3/5 times x minus x sub 1. A minus and a negative give me a positive. But they don't want their answer like this, they want it in standard form. So I get y minus 3 equals, we distribute this. 3/5 times x is 3/5 x. 3/5 times 9 is 27/5. Okay, now when we have standard form, they don't like to keep fractions. So what I'm going to do is get rid of all these fractions. For me to get rid of them, we see 5 and 5 as my denominators. If I multiply everything by 5, that's going to get rid of all my fractions. So 5 times y is 5y. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 3/5 is 3. And 5 times 27/5 is 27. So now I can move it around so I have my x's and y's together. So I'm going to add my 15 to the side here. So now I have 5y equals 3x plus 42. And then I'm going to subtract my 3x on both sides. Therefore, I'm going to get 5y minus 3x equals 42 as my final answer. Let's see. Looks like they moved it around because I don't see my answer there, but I do see this. Okay, if you notice my answer and that answer, everything's the exact opposite. So all they did was multiply everything by -1 to move the x to the other side because we don't like the negative in the front. So we'd get positive 3x when I multiply and move it to the front, minus 5y equals negative 42. So you might have to move things around to help you out. All right, this next one says write an equation of a line that passes through the given point and is parallel to the given line. Okay, parallel keyword here. Write the equation in slope-intercept form. So they want it in y equals mx plus b form. Okay, so first we have a point, so we always have to put it in point slope form first. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. So first I need to find a slope. So when it says it's parallel, my slopes are equal. So my slope that I'm going to use is 2. Here's my point, x sub 1, y sub 1. So now all I'm going to do is put in my equation. Y minus y sub 1, minus and a negative give me a positive, equals my slope of 2 times x minus x sub 1, 1. Okay, now they want it in slope-intercept form, so I'm going to need to multiply this out. So I get y plus 4 equals, we distribute, 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative 2 is negative 2 here, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. And then I just need to move this 4 to the other side, so I'm going to subtract 4 on both sides. Therefore, I get y equals 2x minus 6 as my final answer, which is choice A. And our last one here, it says, what is the equation of a line here that passes through the given point and is perpendicular, very key word here, to the given line? What is the equation in standard form? So we want our answer in standard form. We have a point, so we know we're always going to start in point slope form. But for point slope form, we need to find our slope. So it says perpendicular to this equation. So I need to find the slope of this equation first. So I'm going to subtract this 2x on both sides. So I get negative 2x plus 8. And then divide everything by negative 5. So I get y equals 2/5 x minus an 8/5. But all I care about the slope here. Now the slope here is 2/5, but it's perpendicular. So to find the perpendicular slope, I would flip the 2/5, so I get 5/2. Since it was positive, it will become negative. So the slope that I'm actually going to be using is negative 5/2. All right, so what now I'm going to do is plug it into my point slope form. So y minus y sub 1, my y sub 1, here's x sub 1, there's my y sub 1, negative 1. So minus and a negative give me a positive, times my slope, negative 5/2, times x minus x sub 1, a minus and a negative give me a positive there. Okay, so then we're going to need to distribute this negative 5/2. So I get y plus 1 equals negative 5/2 times x is a negative 5/2 x. Negative 5/2 times 9 is a negative 45/2. Now I'm going to get rid of all these fractions because we notice our answers, none of them have fractions. So to get rid of them, we see our denominators are 2. So if I multiply everything by 2, that'll get rid of it. So 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times negative 5/2 x is negative 5x. And 2 times a negative 45/2 is a negative 45. Okay, so now I need to get all my x's and y's on one side. So I need to start moving stuff around. Therefore, I'm going to subtract this 2 to get my constants on the one side. So I have 2y equals negative 5x minus 47. And lastly, I'm going to add this 5x to the other side. Therefore, I get 5x plus 2y equals negative 47, which is my choice D.